And I remember when it arrived, I opened the box and I was like, damn, what have I done? Honestly, it was one of those moments where it was like, this is a huge mistake. Howdy everybody, welcome back to Sunday Coffee, Guitars and Tones. It's the end of the week. This is the time we get to hang out, have a coffee together, and just chill and talk about guitars and tones and all that good stuff. I hope you've all had a fantastic week. So cheers guys. That's good. I am loving my new line of mugs. You know, whoever basically said that I need to get some mugs for the show, absolute genius. Thank you so much. I so appreciate it. I'm so glad I got these done because you know what? They look so cool. Every time I get to this point in time in the week when I'm shooting the video, it's like I get to use one of these mugs. And I keep them exclusively for the show. I should use them all the time, but hey, you know, this should be a special moment when I use these mugs. Anyways, I've got my live it, play it, love it mug. Man, look, I've got to do this now to read it. I'm old people. Eyes go funny after a certain age. So, you know, if I try and do this, holy crap, it just makes me dizzy. Anyways, if you would like to check out the mugs, you can check them out on my fourth wall page. It's a great way to support the show and you'll get an amazing, amazing mug. I love this one. The graphics on this are just stunning. Yeah. Anyways, this week I have been playing this guitar because I've been recording a video and I kind of got thinking about this guitar because this was actually the worst purchase I ever made, and I made it in 2023. Now, this isn't a moaning video. This isn't going to be like, oh my God, poor me, look, I lost all my money. Because, you know what? When I played this earlier this week, it was absolutely amazing to play. It sounded great, it played great, and I enjoyed it. So, it actually turned out pretty good. But I know there's been a lot of new people who've joined my channel since I got this guitar. The subscriptions have just gone way up from what they were. So thank you so much for everybody who's joined recently and in the last few years. And if you don't know about this, then you're going to get to find out today. Yeah. Now, you know, sometimes we make impulse purchases which aren't the greatest decisions of our life. This was one of them. Honestly, this has to be the worst decision I ever made in terms of purchasing a guitar. And yeah, there's a silver lining at the end of the day, but I remember back in 2023, I was browsing eBay and I came across this listing and I knew it was a Chibson. I have no qualms about that. Yeah, I bought a Chibson. Everyone was going on at the time about how good Chibsons were, and you know, the Chinese made ones are just as good as the USA ones, and sometimes they're even better and stuff like that. And I saw this and I was seduced by all the kind of checkering and you know, just the aging on it. The body just looked great, you know, in the pictures. Which I came to learn. And it still does. You know what? If I'm honest about it, this kind of, you know, aged gold top thing, it does look good. I'll give you some close-ups. I'll do some B-rolls so that you guys can see all the checkering and stuff on it. And I was really excited, but it was a custom build. And the thing was, I didn't realize that the guy selling it on eBay was a reseller. And this is where I got caught out because you know how Chibsons are like, you know, a couple $100, maybe 200, 250, 500. Yeah, muggins. Hence, worst purchase of my life. The thing is, the seller actually kept me informed about the build. And I knew it was being built in China. I had no qualms about it being not a real Gibson. I know it says Gibson on the headstock, but it didn't actually start out like that, which I'll explain in a second. But anyways, the seller kept me informed and sent me some pictures and it looked good and stuff. And then I didn't hear for a while, but then it was shipped. And I remember when it arrived, I opened the box and I was like, damn, what have I done? Honestly, it was one of those moments where it was like, this is a huge mistake. I just knew instinctively as soon as I saw it, I was like, there's something up with this guitar. And it didn't get better. We took it out the polystyrene box, right? And tried to play it. And the fretboard was so unlevel that I could barely play the damn thing. I'm there trying to convince myself, no, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. I just need to adjust it. Nah, there was no amount of adjustment, which was going to fix it at the time. But anyways, I had this guitar by this stage and I was kind of stuck with it a little bit. So I'm kind of just stressing and worrying about it and stuff like that. And eventually I decided, you know what? I'm going to contact the seller and say, dude, this isn't up to par. What the hell? You know, I need my money back. But what happened was the seller basically kind of just reduced the price. I think by $100 or $150 or something like that, or pounds or whatever I pay for it. I think it was in dollars. So it came down to about $350 odd. But I was basically left with a plank of wood, which wouldn't play. The pickups were horrible. The tuners were horrible. The finishing was okay on the front, but the back, it looks great now, right? It looks like it's supposed to be and it's relict and stuff like that. But at the time, nothing had been done to the back. Absolutely zero. Honestly, it was kind of like, yeah, oldest guitar, went around the world, toured everything. You turn it around and it's like brand new guitar. How does that work? So about the headstock. Now, because it was a Chibson, I had decided to ask the seller if they could put a different logo on the headstock. And I wanted the word Jason, as in Jayson. Right, so kind of the Gibson thing, same font, etc., etc. Make it my own thing because it's not a real Gibson Les Paul. And in fact, if you look at the script here, it actually says Jay's Paul. It doesn't say Les Paul. So this was always my intention, not to have this as a Gibson. But anyways, the logo they did was okay, but it was like hand-drawn, kind of painted, whatever. It didn't look great. And I decided, all right, you know what I should do is just scrape it off, get another decal, and then put the new decal on. Yeah, Zen restored, right? Nah. So what they had done is they must have had this neck built with the Gibson logo on there. I basically just painted over it and then painted the new logo on it. So when I started scraping, it was great. It's coming off. It's coming off. Wait up a second. Why is there white paint there? What's going on here? Scraping it off. Why does it say Gibson on the headstock? No! Yeah. Hence it's still on there. I haven't gotten around to doing it. For a long time, I didn't want to touch this guitar because it was like, you know what? I'm so disappointed with this freaking purchase. But it's still down there. I've got the logo somewhere. I need to do the work at some point and get that Jason logo on there because I don't want it to say Gibson. This took a massive amount of work to actually get it to where it was, or where it is now. So I'll tell you the work that I did on it, right? You ready for this? You're sitting down? You got your coffee? Yeah, it's going to take a while. Which is why I'm going to take a nice long sip of this. Oh, that's good. So, what's been changed on here? All the pots, all the knobs, the pickups, the switch, the bridge, the nut, the tuners, the fretboard has been leveled and recrowned and polished. I had to junk everything. Honestly. I remember taking the pickups out, right? This is how bad it was. So I took the pickups out, and you know, pickups have a certain weight to them, right? You hold them and it's like, yeah, cool, pickup. So I took the pickup out, right? And it's like about half or a third of the weight of a regular humbucker. So I'm kind of like, it's a bit light. I think they were covered as well. I don't remember if they were bobbins or covered or whatever. And if they were covered, then I took the cover off to see what was inside. So the bobbins inside were half wound. That's how much they cheaped out on this guitar. I couldn't believe it. I'm holding this pickup thinking, what do I do with this? This is a piece of crap. I think it basically just went in the trash because that's all it was. It didn't sound very good. It didn't have much output. I think what they tried to do was emulate a low output PAF style pickup. But all they ended up doing was making a severely underpowered pickup, which sounded like absolute crap. So everything was replaced. But you know what? Once I had done the work, it did become a decent guitar. And I played it recently because I've been recording with the Marshall Studio 20, the Studio Classic, right? The JCM 800. And make sure you're subscribed to this channel, by the way, because that video will be coming out in a few weeks. And trust me, you want to see that because you want to see what I played on that. And I chose the Les Pauls for a reason, or the Les Paul style guitars, I should say, because I don't have any Gibson Les Pauls. But anyways, I was playing it and I was thinking, you know what? I did a decent job on this. I'm glad I kind of rescued it. That was the silver lining, you know. It took a whole heap of work, but it did end up turning out to be a pretty cool guitar. And almost 3 years on, I am glad that it's part of my collection. I do play it sometimes, not very often, because I prefer guitars with a vibrato bridge on it. But when I do pick it up to do the odd track, it's always a fun guitar to play. Is it Gibson? No, not even close. Yeah, it's a very light body. It resonates differently. It sounds different, you know, headstock's different shape, etc., etc. There's lots of things which, you know, you can tell it's not a real Gibson. Hence, I want to get that logo on there. But it actually did turn out to be one that was a keeper in the end because of the work that I put into it, because of the love that I gave to it to give it a second life. Because otherwise, it was destined for the pile of firewood. Honestly, this would have gone into a skip or something because it really was that bad, you know. And what actually started out as the worst guitar purchasing decision of my entire life, well, 3 years later, it's actually turned out to be okay, you know. So for $350, plus a ton of other money which I spent on all of the parts. Yeah, I forgot about that part. This turned out to be a pretty good guitar. Look, I actually had the pickups. You know, I've got a big stash of pickups because I'm a bit of a pickup changing fiend. And over the years, I've accumulated this box full of pickups. I kid you not, it's like it's just a huge box full of pickups. And I have more pickups just lying around everywhere. So I had the pickups anyways. I didn't have to spend money on them. The bridge I had to buy. The pots I had to buy. They're not too expensive. The switch isn't that expensive. I might have changed the strap buttons as well. The tuners are actually, I actually found on Reverb or eBay or something, and they're actually locking tuners. Yeah. They're locking tuners, and they were pretty cheap actually. So I got a bargain on those. Tusk nut, about $10, you know. And then the rest of the work was just my labor, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. But, you know, had to spend a little bit on it to get it up and running. I also did a full video on it at the time. It's on my channel. You go back to like 2023, and you can watch the whole thing. My woes about buying this guitar. That video actually worked out pretty good because, you know, in a lot of ways, it actually kind of just made this whole thing worthwhile in a lot of ways, trust me. And yeah, this week when I played this, it was just great. And it was, I'll give you a little hint, it was down tuned. Yeah, the low string was low D. I think it's still there actually, is it? I'll just have a sip and then have a quick play. Yep, it's in drop D tuning at the moment. So it's in the same tuning that it was when I kind of rocked out a couple of days ago through that Marshall JCM 800. Les Paul plus the JCM 800. I wonder which direction I was going in. I think I might have turned on my Yamaha SPX 990 as well. I don't know why I would have done that. And I put like an OD1 pedal in front of the amp. Anyways, no idea, no clue. It was just a tone which I thought up in my head. There's a little hint for you guys. Alrighty, so that is my story about this guitar. I do love it now. I didn't when it turned up, trust me. I would love to hear your stories about your purchasing decisions, which kind of went, yeah, not very well. So leave a comment and let's get a conversation going on about this. I so appreciate you guys turning up each week and hanging with me just to talk about guitars and our war stories around them. So much fun to do, and it's always great hanging out with you guys and having a coffee. Listen, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Have a relaxing day. Have a chilled out day. Have a chilled out evening, depending on where you are in the world. And I shall see you really soon with another video. Stay tuned this week, by the way, because on Thursday, it's my birthday. Yeah! And there is a video coming out on that day, which is a little bit of a special video. All right, guys and girls, really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Cheers again. And I'll see you soon with another one. Bye for now.